Hello, science students. Today we're going to talk about how to set up your science journal. So right here I have my cover. At some point, you'll get to make your own cover as well. And the cover is just going to include your class period, a title, your name, a couple sketches, and some color, really. But we're not going to work on that today. We're just going to set up your science journal. So first, on the very, very first page, you're going to make your table of contents. And just so that you know, there is a set of instructions online or set of slides that you can follow in this week's module on Canvas that will show you how to set this up as well. But I wanted to show you live so that you can see it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it more closely. I go ahead and write it in all capitals. That just makes it hard for me to miss. And then we are going to number the pages. I usually number them in the top corners. That just makes it easy for me to find those page numbers. If you want to number it at the bottom instead, that's also fine. Okay, so two different parts for the table of contents, the page number and then the topic or item. You could flip-flop these as well, no big deal, as long as you've got a page number associated with an item from your notebook. So the first one, page 1 and 2, is going to be your table of contents. I'm going to leave 1 and 2 open for the table of contents in case we end up putting a lot of items in the notebook. Page 3 is going to be your rubric. The rubric is going to show you how we normally score the science notebook. That may be modified a little bit this year, but we're going to put the rubric down right now so you kind of know the expectations. Page 4 is going to be your science journal notes. And then page 5, you'll find out later when we do more in this particular module. So there's your table of contents. And depending upon how you do, your numbers may not match mine exactly. If you take more pages or fewer pages for some reason, then you may not have exactly the same pages, but you should have approximately the same order of items in your table of contents that I do. Okay, page 2. Page 2, I went ahead and just labeled it table of contents for now and left it blank. That way I don't accidentally write anything on there. And then we can move to page 3. So your notebook rubric is just shows you the different values. So 2 points. So I labeled it notebook rubric, page 3. The 3 columns in this chart are points, criteria, and score. So 2 points that your table of contents is complete. We're going to leave the score column blank for now because it's that's where we just decide how many points you've earned. 2 points for your page numbers. So the first 2 are just organizational points. So you've organized your notebook well. 4 points, so more than any other category, for your notes, practices, and extensions. That's really your work in the notebook. And then 2 points for high quality work. So the notebook isn't torn up. Things aren't, at weird slanty angles. It's sort of done reasonably professionally. And then to give you your total of 20 points, we usually double that total to give you 20 points each time we grade the notebook. I don't know exactly what the notebook grading is going to look like at this point, but we'll figure that out as we go. So that's page 3. And just as a reminder, feel free to pause the video whenever you want to fill this in so that yours kind of matches up with mine. But I am going to move on at this point. Page 4. So usually when we do notes, it's going to look something like this, where we have the title. This time it's Science Journal Notes, and then we'll put down the essential question. This time it's just, how does using a journal in science help with learning? And then you'll fill in information from the slides that we put on Canvas. So I would encourage you to look through those slides and write down 2 or 3 things for those notes. And then the assignment that goes with this is called a practice. So the first set of notes are just notes each week. The second one is practice. So the practice will have questions that really the answers come from those notes. So you can use your knowledge a little bit to make sure that it stays in your head and you kind of get an idea of what it could be used for. So this is another thing you'll get to do. The questions are posted on Canvas, but that's all you have to do to set up your notebook. So once again, cover, don't worry about it now. You get your table of contents on page 1 and page 2. You have the rubric on page 3. And then we're going to go ahead and start off our notes on page 4. And then you're going to have a practice assignment on page 5. If you have any questions, make sure you email me, Mr. Reddick, so that I can help you. Otherwise, good luck getting your notebook set up.